Alright, hey guys, what's going on? Hayden here, back with episode 3 of How to Redstone. We have a lot to go over in this episode, so let's get right into it. In this episode, we're going to be covering hoppers, droppers, and dispensers. These three have always kind of gone together in my head, so that's why they're all three in one episode. But the first one we're going to focus on is hoppers. Now, what a hopper does is it will take items from either this chest above it or really any container, or if you can drop items into it. So if I grab quartz and put it in, you'll see the dropper will start taking it and then putting it into here, and it will do this once every 4 redstone ticks or 8 in-game ticks. And it'll keep going until this chest is empty. It can only take from above it, but it will push from other direction into different directions. So if I were to put a chest here, it wouldn't automatically start doing that. I would have to then break the hopper and put it into there. If you look, put more in, and it starts going again. Pretty simple. Something about hoppers is that it will always take from the bottom before it pushes. So it will always pull before it push. So I'll explain this way. If I put, let's say, 2 stacks of blocks in here, this hopper will start taking it. You can see it out there, but it doesn't go into this chest. This hopper below it takes it, and then it goes into this chest. If that makes sense. Pretty much so. The one below it will pull from it before it pushes over. Now, once this chest, let's just break that. Let's say that chest is full, and then this hopper fills up. Now, it'll start emptying into this chest. Something also to note is that 2 hoppers can take from the same large chest, and they will still start at the beginning. There's no difference where you place it. They will always start here and go from left to right, top to bottom. And something interesting to note, so if you look, these will both have the same amount, except this one already has stuff in it, but these will both take the same amount of items from in here. And if you look, they're taking them in sync. But what I can do, so let me toss some more blocks in here. Okay, that should keep it going. Is if I turn off this hopper and take this out, you can see it's not taking anymore. That's because when a hopper is powered by redstone, it shuts it off. So it'll still hold the items, but it won't take any items, and it won't give any items. You'd have to go into it manually. And if you look, this one, if I power this one back up, you can see it's only taking 1 item at a time because only this one is powered. If I flip this one on, now both of these are powered, and none of them are turned on. No blocks are getting pulled from here. And if I turn them both back on, once again, it's back to 2. Now, this is a very simple little redstone clock, a pretty short one. This is kind of the scaled down version of the one I showed in the comparator episode. And pretty much what it is the item gets passed back and forth between the hoppers, and this comparator detects it, and then you would take your signal. Either you drop a repeater either right there or just right there. And this one's very simple setup, so pretty much you're going to place one facing down, place one facing into that one, break the one facing down, and then place it into that. That one facing down is pretty much just a placeholder so you can get these 2 set up, and then you just drop a single item into it. It will not work if there's more than 1 item. Look, see? It doesn't work. And that just keeps getting passed back and forth, and this is a pretty simple, bit slower of a redstone clock, but still not like as slow as that one over there. Okay, now this is a very simple little furnace array. It's the one whenever I'm starting up a survival series, this is the one I make. Partially because it is technically a modular design. Because technically you don't even need, you can just do half of it. And so I'll show you how to do one half. Pretty much how it works is, so with furnaces, if the input is running into the top from a hopper, it'll automatically put it into this slot. What slot would this be? I know this is fuel, this is output. Input slot, I guess? So this would be the input slot. You'll automatically put it into the input slot if it comes in the top. There's no way to change this. If it comes in from the side, it'll automatically go into the fuel slot. There's also no way to change this. And it can come in from any of the 4 sides. And then the hopper coming out of the bottom will only take from the output slot. Mojang, I'm pretty sure, specifically designed it for this purpose. And so if we look, and pretty much what the levers do is the lever powers the furnace, which then turns off all the hoppers. So that way, if you only have like 8 items, you can just put it in, or you can turn off one of them, put it in, and then they'll just go through one, so you don't waste 2 pieces of coal when you could have just used 1. So if I turn this one off, you can see, let's grab some wood, some more wood. So I put some wood in there, that's going to go into the top slot. It'll always go into the top slot. Let me grab some different wood. Now if we put this in here, it'll go into the bottom slot. Once again, it will always go into this slot. And, because you can't actually smelt those. Whoops. Ignore my mess up. Yeah, see, you can see it smelting. And then you'll see, as soon as this gets full, it'll pop into this, but it'll immediately take it out into here. So now on to how to build it. So just the single module design would be a chest with a hopper facing into it. On top of the hopper you'd place a furnace and a lever on top of the furnace. And then you'd place a hopper on the top with a chest on top of that. And then you could either do a hopper here with a chest on the top, or a hopper here with a chest on its top. If you're going to be using it from this angle, I would suggest putting it on the side so that you can reach the fuel chest. But if you're doing it from this angle, I would suggest putting it on the back so that you don't have this weird little bit popping out. Or if you wanted to like put it in like a corner, that would be pretty cool. But anyway, on to dispensers. Or droppers. Droppers? Okay. Droppers are, this is the inventory slot for the dropper. Droppers are very simple. You give them an redstone input and they will dispense an item from a random slot. If you look, this one took from the top right. This one took from the bottom left. Left middle. Middle. Top right. And it'll just keep going like that until it's out of items. Another thing to note is that a dispenser can also go straight into hoppers, and I believe they can also, they'll also put it straight into chests. So why did I break that? That was a bad idea. And so that's droppers. Now for dispensers, which is where it gets infinitely more confusing. So droppers on the face level, like on the top level, look like they work exactly like dispensers or droppers. You press it and a random item gets dispensed. But there are a few things that the dispenser does differently from that. So ones that can place and activate, it can place a boat It can use bone meal. Why is that not in the use chest? It can place a sugar box, or it can place TNT. If I just grab a dispenser and a button and place it down over here, if you look. Excuse me. You can only do it onto water, I guess? Sorry, I'm looking really stupid right now, but... Yeah, okay, so when it's dispensing onto it onto water, it will dispense it. A shulker box, it'll place, and then TNT, it will place and activate. And then it will shoot. Some of these I put in the wrong spot, but it'll shoot out arrows, bottles of enchanting, splash potions, and potions of lingering, I believe, as well. Eggs, snowballs, and fire charges. So let me face this not towards all of my stuff. And then if I put the arrow in there, you can see it'll shoot it. Splash potion, bottle of enchanting, the egg, the snowball, and the fire charge. And then it will equip armor, shields, heads, and carved pumpkins. And basically how this works is if you stand in front of it. Okay, I've disabled the thing that gives me a unicorn horn. So if I click this, you can see it put the player head on. If I click it again, you can see it put the pumpkin on. And it does the exact same thing with armor. It'll automatically equip it to your slots, and the shield, it will automatically equip to your offhand. It will not do this if you already have stuff in those slots. So I typically have, in survival series, you see this in Amish Minecraft. I typically have my food in my offhand. It won't dispense the shield into my offhand if I have food in there. It just, because it puts it into the empty slot, and if not, it'll just put it directly into your inventory. That's another thing, doesn't it? No, okay, it does drop it, but if you're standing right in front of it anyway, it's gonna put it straight into your inventory. Okay, and it will use shears, flint and steel, bone meal, and chicken, and spawn eggs. If I do that, it'll place a little of that. If I do this and grab me some grass, oh, sorry. This one. There you go. It'll do it for chicken spawn eggs, or for spawn eggs. And then I don't remember if this is a feature yet or not. I don't think it is. I think it's 1.14 and then bedrock. But if I grab me a sheep spawn egg. No, okay. At some point I know they're adding that in, where you can use it to shear, but not yet, apparently. It can also be used to place lava, water, and also destroy it, and it'll also pick it back up, dispense it, pick it back up, and dispense it. So now for a couple of fun things you can do with dispensers. Armor equipping stations. This is really the only one I have for dispensers, but that's fine because I couldn't think of any more. Basically what an armor equipping station is it's where you walk up and it puts all your armor on you. If you look right now, I'm naked. If I click that, I'm in full diamond. And this is using the equipping feature. So I could have one of those filled with shields or pumpkins or heads, and it will automatically put them on. Another one, and this one's a bit more discreet, is this one where you just walk over it. Hello? Yeah, you just walk over it, and as long as you're not like sprinting or anything, it'll put it onto, it'll equip it. So, how to build these is, if I can grab, yeah, so pretty much how to build these is how to build the upper one. You would place one dispenser there, one there, one there, place a temporary block there, place that up there, and break that block. Something to note, it doesn't matter where everything is. Like here, the chest plate's on the bottom, the boots are on the top. It doesn't matter where it is, as long as you will be, when you're standing in it, you are in front of each of them. And then you place a piece of redstone on that one, and a button on that one. And then, there you go. And then for the other one, it uses soul sand. And for those of you who don't know, soul sand actually is about one, when you go into it, you drop down a pixel, and that puts you in front of the dispensers, even though you're barely in front of the dispensers. And that's also why you can't be running, because otherwise you won't be down there quite long enough. So pretty much you place them facing the center like this. You place a piece of soul sand in the middle, and then either a button or a pressure plate. It doesn't really matter which. It's just, do you want to have it where you can run over it, or do you want to have it where you just walk onto it and then press the button? But yeah, hopefully this helped y'all learn what hoppers, droppers, and dispensers could do. I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, like, comment, and subscribe. But until then, enjoy your lives. Enjoy Amish Minecraft and whatever streams I do. My name's Phil the Best. Y'all the best.